Listen closely. Today is unlike any day you have ever faced. December 28 carries a weight few truly understand, a moment where life demands your full awareness, where every choice can shift the path of your destiny. I am Heng, and in this video, I will guide you through the hidden lessons of this powerful day, revealing truths often overlooked, truths that the Shaolin masters have guarded for centuries. History whispers that certain days are gateways, moments when the universe aligns to test the strength, focus, and clarity of those prepared. Shaolin wisdom teaches that life moves in cycles of sudden change. Storms appear, challenges rise, and only those who cultivate presence can navigate safely. Today is one of those days. The energy is intense, subtle signs are everywhere, and understanding them could change the course of your life. By the end of this video, you will uncover how to harness your inner strength, master your mind, and channel your energy to confront the trials this day may bring. You will learn why challenges that feel chaotic are in fact openings for transformation, and how even moments of struggle can be used to awaken resilience, clarity, and power. Secrets passed down through generations of Shaolin teachings will reveal how mindfulness, discipline, and awareness create a shield that protects and empowers you in times of upheaval. Welcome to Shaolin Divine Flow, the channel where ancient wisdom meets modern awakening. Subscribe now to join a community committed to mastering mind, body, and spirit. Stay with me until the end, because what you are about to hear will not just inform you, it will awaken a part of yourself that has been waiting for this very day. Today is not ordinary. Today demands attention. Are you ready to rise to its call? Sometimes the universe speaks in whispers so quiet we almost miss them. And today, those whispers are louder than ever. If you are seeing this, it is no coincidence. The events unfolding around you, the feelings stirring within, the unexpected encounters, they are all messages, subtle signs from a higher power guiding you toward awareness. Shaolin teachings remind us that life is not random, it is layered with meaning, and every circumstance is an opportunity to awaken insight. A divine call often arrives as discomfort, challenge, or sudden clarity. It may feel like tension in your body, a thought that will not leave your mind, or a choice that feels heavier than usual. These are not obstacles, they are signals. The chaos around you is like the surface of a turbulent river. Beneath it lies the current of truth, and only those who pause, observe, and listen can navigate safely. Mindfulness teaches this art of attention, to notice without judgment, to perceive without distraction, to honor the subtle truths hidden in plain sight. Many dismiss these signs as coincidence, but those who cultivate awareness understand their weight. A glance, a sound, a fleeting thought, these are not meaningless, they are the threads of guidance, weaving a path that is both protective and transformative. Shaolin masters have long taught that readiness begins with observation. To see clearly is to be prepared. To recognize the voice of the divine is to step fully into your purpose, even when the world feels uncertain. Being present with these messages is not passive. It is an act of courage. It requires stillness in a restless world, clarity in the midst of noise, and faith in the patterns that lie beyond immediate understanding. Today, listen carefully. The signs are here, and they carry wisdom meant only for those who are awake enough to receive it. Conflict is not always loud. Often, it rises quietly within, like tension coiling beneath the surface of a still lake. Today is powerful, not by chance, but because it brings struggle in forms both seen and unseen. Shaolin philosophy teaches that struggle is not punishment, it is the forge where mastery is born. Just as fire shapes steel, challenges shape the mind, the spirit, and the body, revealing strengths that remain hidden in ease. Internal conflict begins with the mind, doubts, fears, desires that clash and pull in opposing directions. External conflict appears as obstacles, misunderstandings, or forces that test resolve. Both are mirrors reflecting the current state of awareness. Awareness is the key to moving through conflict without being consumed. By observing reactions, recognizing impulses, and stepping back from immediate judgment, the mind gains clarity. In this space, action emerges not from chaos but from choice, measured and precise. Discipline becomes the anchor. Shaolin training emphasizes repetition, focus, and the quiet building of resilience. Each disciplined breath, each deliberate movement is preparation for the storms that life presents. When the mind is steady, even the harshest challenges can be faced without losing balance. Struggle becomes a teacher rather than a threat, and adversity transforms into a tool for growth. History tells of monks who faced harsh winters, grueling training, and internal battles of ego and fear. They learned that mastery is not about avoiding conflict, but embracing it with awareness, letting it refine rather than define them. Today, the same principle applies. The turbulence surrounding the day is a call to step deeper into inner mastery, to meet each challenge with calm, to see every struggle as a step towards strength, and to emerge from the trial not weakened, but forged into clarity and purpose. Conflict is inevitable. How it shapes life depends on the mind that meets it. Presence is a quiet power. It does not shout or demand attention, yet it changes everything. When the mind is fully here, life begins to speak more clearly. Signals appear in simple moments: a pause before a decision, a feeling in the body, a shift in the atmosphere. Those who are alert notice them. Those who are distracted pass them by. Ancient teachings remind us that awareness is not effort, it is a state of readiness. Fear often arises when the mind drifts into the future or clings to the past. Mindful presence brings the mind back to now, where fear loses its grip. In the present moment, there is breath, balance, and choice. Shaolin wisdom teaches that clarity is born from stillness. When attention settles, the noise softens, and what once felt overwhelming becomes manageable. Calm does not remove difficulty, it reveals the path through it. Every moment carries a decision, even the smallest one: how to respond, whether to speak or remain silent, whether to act or wait. These moments seem insignificant, yet they quietly shape destiny. A disciplined mind recognizes this and treats each moment with respect. Presence turns ordinary actions into deliberate steps, and deliberate steps build a life of direction rather than reaction. Stories from ancient masters often speak of warriors who survived not by strength alone, but by awareness. They sensed danger before it appeared. They moved not faster, but more precisely. This same principle applies beyond battle. Life tests attention daily, and presence is the shield that protects judgment, energy, and purpose. To stay present is to stand at the center of life rather than being pulled by its edges. In that center, fear becomes information, confusion becomes clarity, and each moment becomes a quiet opportunity to choose wisely. Before the storm arrives, the wise prepare the mind. Outer chaos has little power over a person who has learned to govern what moves within. Emotions rise like weather, sudden, intense, and often uncontrollable if left unattended. Ancient Shaolin teaching reminds us that strength is not proven by force, but by restraint. To master the self is to notice anger before it speaks, fear before it commands, and impulse before it decides. Thoughts shape reactions, and reactions shape outcomes. When the mind is undisciplined, even small disturbances can feel overwhelming. But with training, the mind becomes steady ground. Breath slows, vision clears, choices become intentional rather than automatic. This is not suppression, but awareness. Emotions are observed, not obeyed. In this space, calm emerges, not as weakness, but as readiness. Stories from the past tell of monks standing unmoved while storms battered temple walls. The lesson was never about enduring the storm, but about cultivating stillness long before it arrived. Daily discipline, silent practice, controlled movement, mindful repetition was their shield. When chaos appeared, they did not search for balance. They were already balanced. Calm in the storm is strength because it preserves energy. While others scatter attention through panic and reaction, the centered mind remains intact. It sees clearly when others cannot. It acts precisely when others hesitate. Inner mastery does not remove danger, but it removes confusion, and confusion is the true enemy. To master yourself before the storm is to accept responsibility for your inner world. When thoughts are ordered, emotions settle. When emotions are steady, actions become clean and effective. No matter how fierce the storm outside becomes, the one who has trained the mind stands protected, grounded, and unshaken. Energy moves before action. It flows through thought, breath, and intention, shaping how life responds. Ancient teachings understood this long before modern words tried to explain it. Where attention goes, energy follows. When focus is strong and intention is clear, the path ahead becomes protected, not by force, but by alignment. A scattered mind leaks energy. A centered mind preserves it. Worry drains strength silently. Confusion pulls the mind in many directions at once, leaving nothing steady to stand on. Shaolin discipline teaches conservation before expression. Breath is the first gate. Slow, conscious breathing settles the nervous system, guiding energy back to its center. Fear loosens its grip when the breath is steady. Stress softens when awareness returns to the body. In this state, energy is no longer wasted, it is stored and refined. Focus is a form of protection. When intention is clear, distractions lose their power. External noise fades, and inner direction sharpens. This is why ancient masters trained the mind before the body. They knew that uncontrolled energy leads to reckless movement, while disciplined energy creates precision. Each breath, each step, each thought becomes purposeful rather than reactive. There are stories of practitioners who could endure long hardship, not because they were stronger, but because they wasted nothing. Their energy was not scattered in complaint or fear. It was gathered, held, and released only when needed. This is the quiet strength of mastery. To guard energy is to respect life itself. Avoid feeding worry with attention. Do not chase every thought that appears. Let confusion pass without engagement. When energy is centered, clarity follows naturally. In this still focus, direction becomes clear, and even in uncertain moments, there is guidance, balance, and calm strength moving beneath the surface. Difficult days do not arrive to break you. They arrive to reveal you. When comfort disappears and pressure increases, the true nature of the mind comes forward. Ancient wisdom teaches that trials are mirrors. They show where discipline is strong and where awareness still needs cultivation. In moments of ease, character rests. In moments of hardship, it speaks. Shaolin monks were never trained to seek comfort. Cold mornings, long hours, repeated failure, these were not obstacles, but teachers. Adversity was welcomed as a necessary fire, one that strengthens resolve and sharpens focus. Through hardship, the body learns endurance, and the mind learns patience. What feels heavy at first becomes lighter as resilience grows. Resilience is not resistance, it is adaptability. When a challenge appears, the resilient mind does not fight reality, it studies it. Breath by breath, step by step, it adjusts and moves forward. This quiet persistence builds an inner foundation that cannot be shaken easily. Each trial adds weight to the spirit, not as burden, but as strength. Many turn away when pressure rises. The trained mind turns inward. It asks not, why is this happening, but what is this shaping? Every challenge carries instruction. Each delay teaches timing. Each setback teaches humility. Each difficulty invites growth beyond old limits. Today's trials are no different. They are opportunities dressed as resistance. To rise stronger is not to escape struggle, but to pass through it with awareness intact. When adversity is met with discipline and calm, it becomes a ladder rather than a wall. Step by step, resilience forms, and with it, a deeper strength that no easy day could ever provide. Impulse is quick, loud, and impatient. Discernment is quiet, slow, and precise. In moments charged with emotion, the difference between the two determines outcomes that can last a lifetime. Ancient disciplines taught that the first reaction is rarely the wisest one. To observe before acting is not hesitation, it is mastery. The pause creates space, and in that space, clarity appears. Emotion clouds vision. Anger narrows focus. Fear rushes judgment. Excitement can disguise risk. On intense days, the mind is easily pulled toward extremes, urging immediate action without understanding. Shaolin wisdom trains awareness to stand between stimulus and response. This awareness is the guardian of reason. It allows the mind to settle, the breath to deepen, and perception to widen before any decision is made. Stories of ancient warriors often highlight not speed, but timing. The one who survived was not the fastest to strike, but the one who saw clearly. Discernment meant reading the situation, sensing shifts in energy, and choosing the moment carefully. In life, the same principle applies. Acting too soon can deepen chaos. Waiting with awareness can dissolve it. Rash decisions are often fueled by the desire to escape discomfort. Yet discomfort, when observed, contains information. It signals where attention is needed. When awareness is present, even danger becomes navigable. The mind does not freeze, nor does it rush. It responds with balance. To choose discernment over impulse is to respect consequence. Every action carries weight. Awareness lightens that weight by guiding it in the right direction. In chaotic moments, clarity is protection. The disciplined mind sees more, reacts less, and moves with intention. This is not passivity. It is controlled strength, steady and precise, even when the world feels unstable. Complexity often feels powerful, but it is simplicity that endures. When life becomes crowded with noise, opinions, and endless demands, clarity begins to fade. Ancient teachings remind us that strength is found by removing what is unnecessary. To strip life down to what matters most is not loss. It is return. Return to purpose. Return to direction. Return to the essentials that steady the mind. Shaolin practice was never excessive. Movements were refined, repeated, and reduced to their most effective form. Nothing wasted. Nothing added without purpose. This same principle applies to daily life. When attention is scattered across too many concerns, energy weakens. When focus narrows to what truly matters, action becomes precise. Distractions lose their grip, not through resistance, but through irrelevance. Simplicity requires discipline. It takes strength to say no to what pulls the mind away from its center. Every unnecessary thought, every careless action drains clarity. By choosing essential actions, the mind remains anchored, one step at a time, one task fully completed. This is how chaos is quieted and momentum is built. Ancient masters understood that clarity of purpose is the anchor in uncertain waters. Without it, even calm seas can lead one astray. With it, even storms cannot dislodge direction. Purpose guides decisions, filters distractions, and restores balance when pressure rises. To act simply is not to act slowly, it is to act cleanly. Each movement aligned, each decision grounded. When life is reduced to what truly matters, strength increases, confusion fades, and action becomes steady. In simplicity, the mind breathes. In clarity, the path reveals itself. And every step forward carries intention rather than noise. Intensity is not random. When a day carries weight, it is often because it asks something of you. Ancient wisdom teaches that awakening does not arrive gently. It arrives when the soul is ready to be tested. Today's pressure is a call to step forward with awareness, not to retreat into habit or fear. To awaken fully is to recognize that life is inviting alignment, not escape. Divine purpose is not found outside. It reveals itself when thoughts, actions, and energy move in the same direction. When the mind is disciplined, actions become clear. When actions are clear, energy follows naturally. This alignment creates momentum that feels guided rather than forced. Shaolin teachings emphasize harmony between intention and movement. Without harmony, effort scatters. With harmony, even small actions carry great power. Struggle is the doorway. Many resist it, believing purpose should feel easy. Ancient perspectives teach the opposite. Purpose is refined through resistance, shaped by challenge and clarified under pressure. Each difficulty removes what is unnecessary, leaving only what is essential. In this process, mastery is born, not over others, but over the self. Accepting the challenge does not mean welcoming pain, it means recognizing its role. When struggle is met with awareness, it stops being an enemy and becomes instruction. Fear turns into focus. Doubt turns into discipline. What once threatened balance now strengthens it. To step into divine purpose is to move with trust, even when the path feels demanding. It is to stand steady when intensity rises, knowing it is shaping you for something greater. In this alignment, struggle transforms into mastery, and life begins to feel guided by intention rather than chance. Sunday, the 28th of December, stands as more than a date. It is a moment that asks for awareness, discipline, and courage. Days like this test what has been cultivated within. They reveal whether the mind is reactive or steady, scattered or clear. This is how awakening begins, not through comfort, but through conscious response. Shaolin wisdom reminds us that life's intensity is not meant to overwhelm, but to refine. Mindfulness keeps attention grounded. Personal mastery keeps emotions measured. Together, they become tools, quiet, reliable, and always available. When the mind is trained, challenges no longer control direction. They simply point it out. Carry this understanding beyond today. Practice awareness in small moments. Breathe before reacting. Choose clarity over impulse. Simplify where possible. Align thoughts, actions, and energy with what truly matters. When these principles are lived daily, even the most demanding days become stepping stones rather than obstacles. Let this powerful day mark a turning point. Not because of fear, but because of readiness. Not because of pressure, but because of purpose. Strength grows in calm attention. Destiny unfolds through disciplined choices. Thank you for walking this path with us. If this message resonated, take a moment to like the video and subscribe to Shaolin Divine Flow. Stay present, stay grounded, and move forward in peace and clarity.